Hey, morning, people. How's everybody doing this fine day?
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
You see how pretty it is out this morning, guys?
Nice.
Yeah, it's
a
beautiful.
Nice
November
day.
weather.
Yep. It's been nice all week, man. It's, you wake up and it's chilly in the mornings. I had frost on my windshield, but not much. And then, by the afternoon, you got the AC cranking.
Yeah, I rode my motorcycle yesterday. It was great.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice,
a little
man.
cool, but
Yeah, I was going to
still
say.
reasonable.
So we've got a special guest on today that we're going to get to here in just a minute. But Mr. Rob Adams, he's the founder and the brains and the motivation behind
The heart
behind Thanksgiving Heroes. So hats
you.
off to you, brother.
Thank you so much.
You're a freaking stud, dude.
Well, I'll take that. I'm trying to receive those compliments more rather than being like, shucks, knock
You've
it
been
off.
looking studlier and studlier, FYI.
Yeah, you're pretty ripped for an old guy.
For a senior citizen, you're doing all right.
Right.
Yeah, I've been putting in the work. It's,
You old bastard.
When you get old, it matters. When you're young, it's easy. So
But you look good.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Down 38 pounds since February.
Yeah, me too.
No, he says no.
38 pounds. I haven't seen that side of the scales for quite some time.
Well, I went to Peru. I spent a month in Peru in February, and the food is so much different there, so much healthier. I just started dropping weight in a quick hurry, and there's no soda down there. It's just,
I don't drink soda unless there's maybe some whiskey in it.
Right. Me too. Well, yeah. And so it started peeling off, and I'm like, wow, this really feels good. So when I got home, I had kind of gotten some momentum, and it was easier to do than just being like, it's time to lose some weight,
Right. Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah. But Peru.
I'll bet that was cool.
It was amazing. We were down in the Amazon jungle up in the Andes and got to spend, 3.5 weeks with a shaman down there.
Did you
Wow.
do ayahuasca and all
Yeah.
that? Oh, dang it. That's
So
cool.
did you bring back any bugs or worms or any of that kind of stuff?
Is that part of the weight loss?
That's the tapeworm. It's been
Montezuma's revenge?
That's a real thing. That did happen. Yeah.
Oh. See, that's what makes me nervous about those kind of places.
Yeah, it was a real thing, but it was amazing. I would recommend doing it if you have the chance.
Cool.
3 weeks.
Cool.
3 weeks.
Wow.
Deep diving.
Deep dive.
Wow, cool. I actually want to talk more about that.
Let's talk about it.
We will. So, everybody, we had our mixer last night with our coat drive. Just want to shout out that if you do have some cold weather stuff that you would like to donate, get with Aaron or myself, and we're all over it. I know my truck's full of stuff. Your
Likewise.
truck's full of stuff. We want to just get as much as we can and get it to these people that are in need of it. So go ahead and reach out to one of us. But anyways, the mixer, man, it was a lot of fun.
It really was.
Got Shauna and Carrie up on there right now. Here's Big Bad Daddy Dean. I don't know if you saw that picture. Good old AA Ron and his family. So it was a successful night. I think that people had a good time, and we just hung out. And last night, I don't know, dude. It seemed very cozy, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I actually really like the Midway. They do a
So
good
do
job
I.
to host us. And
They did, and they were all over it. I mean, as far as menus and getting people their drinks and whatnots, and thank you Midway for hosting that. That was very, very cool and all successful.
that was.
Love it.
It was.
Love it. As always, I'm gonna shout out and tell everybody that we really, really, really would appreciate it if you would jump on our Facebook page, or excuse me, not Facebook, but YouTube, and subscribe to this lovely program that we put on every Friday morning at 10 a.m. We're trying to build our subscriptions, and I'm kind of stoked, Aaron, because as you know, I recently hired my son to start doing some social media.
Brand blitz and get building. Yeah.
So, I mean, this kid's so amazing at it. And I mean, that past business they had, Rightly Royce, I mean, they built that up to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And such a good cause. But I'm excited, dude. I'm really stoked to
really be
to see where this goes. So hopefully you guys will start seeing a lot more of me and professional stuff being thrown out there to promote Big Daddy Dean. All right, man, let's get into it. I'm ready to talk to Rob. This guy's such a cool cat. We've had multiple conversations over the years with you. And what year did you start this Thanksgiving Heroes?
This is our 9th year.
9th.
That we're doing that. So whatever the math is on that is when we started. Yeah.
So maybe what I should do if you're
15.
Wow. If you're not familiar with Thanksgiving Heroes, what it is, guys, is Rob put together, but basically people donate food of all kinds
and money
to buy food. Money is a big thing, and I'm going to throw it up here a few times during this. But there's a QR code, guys. Let's help this guy out. Click on or hit that QR code and let's get this guy some money, because he just said when he walked in here that all the recipients of these foods. So what they do is they take them basically a week's worth of food.
Yeah, 65 pounds of food delivered right to their front door. 65
pounds of food that are delivered directly to people in need. And how many people are you delivering to this year?
3,100 families. So that's 15,000 plus people.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing, dude.
It is amazing. All in one day. We're going to do it all.
How the hell do you store all that?
We don't. This is the amazing part. The food comes at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning when you're rolling out of bed. We're unloading. There's 17 to 20 43-foot truckloads. We unload 197,000 pounds of groceries. We sort it, we box it, and then you come through, and we load it in the back of your car, and away you go. We're usually done by about 2.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
It's a machine.
It is a machine. Did you guys hear that?
It's not just here. How many states? What are you seeing?
Cleveland, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Dallas, growing. We're going to be in North Carolina. We're just starting out there. So a lot of states just popping up.
And that's all under your umbrella.
I got to see day one of this, and incredible, man.
What do you remember? What do you remember about it?
I just remember the buzz in our office. I remember it was you, but there was, I think, 8 or 9 friends in the office that all kind of scurried around trying to help and put this on. And I don't know. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about how it started.
Well, I had that goal to feed 10 families. When did it start? Like the way back, when did it start?
I remember 15 when you did it.
Yeah.
I remember
Did you guys hear that? His goal in the very beginning
was 10 families.
10 families.
That was it.
Say again how many families you're delivering to?
In Utah, 3,100 families. Across the United States will be right around 11,000 families.
11,000
times 5 people is the average family size. It's just a huge effect. It's crazy.
Dude, I literally had no clue that this thing was that big.
I'm incredulous when I say it out loud. Like, I can't believe that it is grown the way that it has.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
man,
it really is.
I knew you were a freaking stud, bro, but holy cow.
Thank you very much. And the thing is that I've just been lucky that I've been surrounded by people that are smarter than I am, that are more dynamic in the organizational areas, that are doing things that help make my job easier. I've been really blessed with a great team of people on my board, people in other states, and it's grown despite me. Despite my best efforts, because I get a lot of ego in there, and I'll get it backwards in my head. I've done my best to ruin this organization with my personality and it's about me. It's not about me. And when I get that out of the way, when I get the money and the ego out of the way, it really grows like crazy, because it's not about me. It's about the opportunity to serve. It's about the opportunity to create significance in the community. It's about hope and love and connection. All of the things that we totally need right now.
Mm-hmm. And it all started with 10 families.
It started with one family. Actually,
this cat right here.
Do you have a story, like one that sticks out that
I served?
That you served that really has impacted you, that you think about?
So many. Can I share 2?
Yeah. I'd love to hear something.
The first one was the very first year I was doing Thanksgiving Heroes. There was a address up in Pepperwood, And if you don't know where Pepperwood is, that's the
Buzz through the gate to get in?
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty fancy neighborhood,
Yeah.
like one of the nicest neighborhoods in our valley. Back then, especially, it was the place to be. And I drove in, and I lived in Taylorsville at the time, in a little split entry home built in 1967. Pretty fancy.
I went to a Christmas party there.
Yes, you did. Yeah, it was awesome. Great house, but nothing like Pepperwood. And
Right.
as I was driving through the neighborhood, I thought to myself, these guys should be delivering to me.
What am I doing here?
These guys, they've got it going on. And we pulled up to the house. I went in with the box, and I had this chip on my shoulder, like, these guys are playing the system. This is not okay. I was kind of mad. They opened up the door, no furniture in the whole house. No food in the fridge, nothing. The dad had got cancer, and they were basically just waiting down until they were getting kicked out of their house. Short selling their house.
Oh,
just
my
like,
gosh,
they had
dude.
lost everything. And so my lesson that year was, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know who's...
You don't know what shoes they're walking in.
Yeah. And so that really threw away my my predetermined what my demographic or the people that I serve look like, because you never know.
Wow.
And then the second thing was...
Think about the humility of those people accepting that.
You know, that is something interesting. Accepting is one of the hardest things that I've learned about. Not everyone accepts the gift. I don't accept compliments very well. They don't accept food very well. Accepting is a talent. It's and these, you go to some
It can be
houses,
hard.
It's a humility.
Yeah, it is a humility. It's embarrassing.
some people there's a lot of shame involved, and there's a lot of humility, and that needs to happen on both sides, the delivering side and the receiving side. The script that I give the delivery people, because invariably they're always asked who nominated me, and the answer I want them to say is someone in the community must love you very much. I don't know who nominated you.
What a perfect answer, dude.
Someone must love you very much in order to think of you. Sorry. Let's get through.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I want that family to get the food and enjoy the food and have a great Thanksgiving. But then I want them to walk out their front door and be like, was it Parry that nominated me? Was it Aaron? I want them to be looking for the good, because now we've planted the seed that someone in the community
Someone loves
must
it.
love them very much.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. That's the magic, is that creating just this family serving families, that love and opportunity, and also getting rid of hopelessness. We were so broke, and someone took care of us, and it really changed my whole mindset, changed my life. And what if some kid like me grows up and they want to do something like this when they grow up? That's the legacy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
You said you have
There's my
two.
selfish motives.
Do you have a second?
The second one, and this is the one thing that I want to talk about. We mentioned money right out of the gate, and groceries cost 28% more. But every year, my first year was the first example, I needed X number of dollars to feed 20 more families. This teacher called in like right under the clock, and she's like, I've got these families. I thought I nominated them. They didn't get on. Can you feed them still? And I'm like, I don't have the money. If I had the money, I would happily do it, but I am dead flat
Out.
I have spent every penny, which we do. Every penny goes to the groceries. That day, I got a check for the exact amount that would feed those families.
Wow.
Straight up miracle, and it happens every year. And I'm not a guy that throws around miracles like that word very often, because that's
Yeah.
God interacting with me, making this. It's a big deal. Every year, a miracle happens. Someone will show up with just the right amount of money, just in the right time. Someone will show up and they'll have just the right connection, and so. It's just like I've gotten in the way of miracles, this miracle-making machine. I'm like downtown right now waiting for this miracle to happen and see these things unfold every year.
Wow.
Dang.
It humbles me.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. Is that too
Man,
much?
you have created
No,
something
man.
really special,
Way
buddy.
cool.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Best,
Wow.
worst idea I've ever
We're-
had.
Well, we're going to come and help deliver and hang out and be a part. I love it.
Well, when you pull in, I'll throw these 3 boxes in the back of your car, 65 pounds of food each, and you get to go deliver it right to the families. If you have kids, bring them. This is a family-friendly event.
Yes.
And I want these kids to go from entitlement to gratitude right before the holidays. It changes your whole season, and it becomes quite the tradition. The thing that's interesting about it is it's become kind of a pay-it-forward culture. The people that are coming now are people that I served 8 years ago.
Wow.
Who were broke. In fact,
That's true.
That's why I continue doing it. The second year, I wasn't going to do it. I don't know if you remember this, Aaron. It was like a one-and-done kind of an opportunity. I got a phone call from the single mom. She's just like, last year, right before the holidays, my husband left me and my 2 daughters, and it was pay rent or buy food, and you guys showed up right on the
buy food.
buy food decision period, and changed our holidays. And now this year we want to do it. Where are you guys doing it? And I had no intention of doing it again. The second year I fed 533 families, but I only had about 4.5 weeks to put it together. I had no intention of doing it again. And the reason that I did it is because when she said that, I thought, that's what this is about.
Right.
It's not about the food. It's about the opportunity.
That was your aha.
My aha. That was when the light really came on. Because before I was kind of paying a karmic debt. Someone did it for me. I need to pay it back. So why would I do it again? Because...
So what do you need right now
can you
besides
talk to us
money?
about
what do you need?
How
What
do
is
you
your
see-
organization?
Oh, man. Right now, we are full
Do
on
you have enough
nominations.
drivers?
We are still looking for a few drivers. I'm going through the list today, and so there are going to be more opportunities open up through the weekend. We'll have more opportunities open because I've got to kind of sort through and make sure a lot of people can.
And what day of the week is this that you do this?
It's the 18th, so it's Saturday. I want the kids to get out of school on Friday. Next Saturday. They get out of school on Friday, then they get food on Saturday. 1 in 10 kids don't eat unless they're at school. So for that whole week, they're going hungry while we're just picking out and watching football and having a great week. It's just
disgusting.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And nobody's showing up to take care of these kids, and so it's up to us.
Yep.
It's our
Well,
responsibility.
you've got 4 that I know of for sure because you got you, me,
Shauna.
Shauna. I'll bring my wife in her car. So there's 4 of us for sure,
Okay.
maybe 5.
Hello.
So
Make sure we're on that list.
So there's the help that way, but
What else?
How do we build the legacy? What do you need as an ongoing thing to help really?
Well,
solidify
money
this?
drives freaking everything, and it's unfortunate, but man, I mean, you can't buy the food if you don't have the money.
And that's where it's at. There's 2 ways to donate. Of course, there's a one-time donation.
We
You
have
can
our
go in-
QR code that we can throw up
I'm
over
throwing
talking.
her back up.
that you can go in and
It's on.
and donate, and every penny goes to help. The one thing that we're trying to do differently now is do a reoccurring gift that happens every month, where it's $30 a month where you're making that payment. I've got gym memberships that I'm not going to at all. That cost more than that. You know what I mean? And apps on my phone.
are going to the gym. I see it.
And so if you could go in and do a reoccurring gift, and we have about 800 cars coming through on the big day. If every car donated $30 a month, how many more people could we feed? How much
Right.
more good could we do in the community?
And what's $30 to everybody? It's like you said. I just had some fraud in on my credit cards and in my account, and I'm always looking for the positive in the negatives. And the positive of it is it forced me to shut everything down, all those automatic payments of all the shit that you don't know you're paying for, that you never use, that whether it's
Forgot.
TV subscriptions or this magic potion or that or the other, you know how it is. It kills them all.
It's a good idea.
And then I physically have to turn them all back on. So I'm looking at it and making a conscious decision. Do I really want to pay for this?
Have I ever taken those vitamins? Never. Not once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there
So anyways, $30 is nothing.
It's nothing. And it adds up in a quick hurry. When it comes to donating
Plus,
food,
you can write it off on your taxes.
we're a 503c.
Yeah. So is this a write-off?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah, that's a big one. Also, we're doing virtual turkey drives. If you have an organization or a company that has a big database, I could brand a website that says Adams Family Real Estate in partnership with Thanksgiving's Heroes, much smaller, and you can send it out to your database saying that we have a goal to feed 20 families. It doesn't cost you anything. It creates a landing page. It's a good service and act.
Love it.
And you could send that out and everything helps. The thing about donating food is by the time I buy 3,000 turkeys, I get a really pretty good deal.
Right.
So I quit taking food donations. I can buy more than you can.
Right.
So
That money goes way further.
way further. So then
So everybody, but what he's saying is they don't really want to take donated food. And plus, it's hard to sort it all, put it all. I mean, I'm sure you have this system down. Like you said, it's a well-oiled machine.
NASCAR.
When that food comes in, they know exactly how this number of this goes here,
Yep.
this there, bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam. So this isn't about donating food. This is about money, so that they can go out and take full advantage of the discounts you're getting
buying your
because
volume, yeah.
because you have that power with what you're buying.
And our partner, Associated Foods, is incredibly generous with us. They deliver the food for free.
Dang.
Can you imagine the delivery of 17
Well, you said
trailers?
17 trailers, and these are like semi-trailers.
Semi-trailers, 43-foot trailers. They deliver all that food, and they show up right on time every time. And then we have a company.
Can you imagine the logistics of getting all that ordered and ready to roll?
Yes, I can.
On their end.
That was a wild card in our Thanksgiving's Heroes. Before we would unload, and I would have all the volunteers show up and help me build the boxes. There's a company in Draper called Spectrum Solutions. They're a 3PL if you're looking to ship, box, package, anything. These are the guys you go to. They professionally pick and pack And so they'll unload the trucks. They have box machines, and they put them on a production line, and they run it through there. They have two teams that compete against one another, and they're just yelling. They're talking trash back and forth.
I love it.
To see who can build their boxes first.
Right.
And I think there's money on the line. Like they bet each other.
Oh my gosh.
And we have the food out lined up you've got to come. When you come, you'll
I've
see.
seen
we
the
will.
warehouses and the piles and the.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So per box, roughly how much are you spending per box?
It's about $80 to feed a
Okay.
family for a week. And think about that.
There's a reason why I asked that.
Why?
Because, if you want to, we talk about going on and spending that $30 monthly or whatever, but guys, the reason I'm doing this or saying this is it's $80 freaking dollars.
For a week.
You spent
For a week.
for a week's worth of food for these people. You spent that last night on dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. If you got
One
away
meal.
with a cheap dinner. Yeah. An inexpensive dinner. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how much we can do with that money and make a difference in the world. When you're delivering that food too, you go right up and you knock on the door, and they open the door, and depending on their ability to receive, you can have a really wonderful experience. No matter what, you're having a good experience. But some of the experiences that people have, they'll decide, we're going to do a sub for Santa for that family. It's almost like an interview process for
Right.
sub for Santa, where you don't just get like a random family. We pick these guys because we really connected with them, and they've got 3 kids. I saw how big they were. I saw he was wearing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt. I'm going to get him some stuff.
Now let me ask you this: what are you doing? Are you calling these people, and do they know that we're coming, or is it spontaneous? Or if they're not home, what do you do? I'm just curious.
Yeah, good question. So a lot of them know because they have to sign a waiver in order for for the school to release the information to us.
So
got
it comes. This is school. This. Oh, okay.
Most of it
I
comes
was
from the
curious.
school.
Okay.
Yeah, 87% of the nominations come from school teachers.
Well, they're the ones that know.
gosh,
They're the ones
dude.
that have their finger on the pulse,
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, they know. And so they'll nominate their kids, but they have to get approval to do so, because
Okay.
they can't just give away information to a stranger,
right.
And then the rest is nominated by our community, by us. And what was the other part of the question? It was...
Well, I was just
so, yeah,
curious. So if you knock, nobody's home. Do you just leave it on the front porch?
No. You call ahead and say, hey, I'm on my way. If they're like, well, we're not going to be home till 5, you come back at 5.
So let me back up. Hang on. So you're going to deliver the food. I pull up into the line. You give me obviously something that has the 3 names on it,
Address and a phone number.
and then we call them on the way there and say, "Hey, we're on our way.
Yep.
Are you home?"
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
So
I've
it's
worked
not
way
you
too-
having to make all the calls. It's all the delivery people, and 3 calls, piece of cake.
Piece of cake. And I don't want the food to get wasted. I work really hard all year to make sure that we can
Well,
buy this
yeah.
food. And if it's just being left on the porch to be stolen by
Right.
or go sour, that's not acceptable.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah. So, and also I want that connection. I want you to have their contact information, because there's been so many relationships that have been built out of this where
Created.
Yeah, where my family now is friends with this family because we had a chance to meet them, and now we did a sub for Santa with them, and it was great. And then they invited us to the kids' baptism and all, whatever. It just takes off.
Wow.
It's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind's like spinning out right now, dude.
It's a crazy logistical. That's one of my favorite things to share with my friends who come on the first year, and they come and they just look around like, what is going on? I usually have 2 different sports teams, a baseball team or a football team. Last year we had 2 opposing teams. They're like rivals here in the valley. I have a DJ spinning tunes, and so they're like dance fighting in the middle. And then there was another period of time where I had the Women's Council of Realtors and a motorcycle gang on both lines, 2
Going
lines,
back and forth?
talking some trash back and forth.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
here's the funny thing: the motorcycle guys were like, "You need to tell these women to calm down." I'm like, boys, are they hurting your
About
feelings?
ready to get your ass beat, boy. How
is-
big a boy are you?
This is a Draper mom, so be careful.
Oh my gosh.
So it's really unifying, and I always say it doesn't matter if you're left or right or in the middle. Everyone can agree that hungry kids is unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
And so gets rid of that. You see the diversity is just bananas, and the amount of people that we have there that are showing up and taking advantage of this opportunity and sharing it with others. It just is. It's a great way to start your holidays.
You know what? But this isn't just a holiday thing for you. That's what I've seen. I mean, literally all year long, you are pushing this.
Yeah.
You're eat, sleep, drink.
Like it's a part of your
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah.
Like,
It's what-
I mean,
It's what I was made to do, boys. If I can be vulnerable for a second, this is what God made me for. I've been put here for a lot of reasons, but this is something that's happened that's bigger than me. And
man, bro.
it's what God made me to do. If I didn't, it wouldn't have been so successful. I sell real estate. I do this. I do that. I have a motorcycle club. I have all these things that I'm doing, but nothing that
gives you back.
gives me back the fulfillment that I have here. And fulfillment is equals success. It's not the amount of money
That
you
is
make.
that is success.
That is success. It doesn't matter what you drive. It doesn't matter where you live. If you don't have that one thing, you don't have success. It doesn't matter. I know a lot of rich people who are unhappy.
Oh yeah.
And this is the thing. And I really am feeling when you're talking about your coat drive and the different things, service is where it's at. If you're not serving, then you're doing it wrong. And I come from a family of service. I served in the Navy. I served in the Army. I served.
You served in both?
Yeah.
How did that come
I'm
about?
a veteran times two.
This guy, he's an inventor. There's
I thought the Army hated the Navy. I thought there was so much competition between the Army and the Navy that, like, there's no way you're going to go to the other side. But you did.
I did. I joined the Navy out of high school. I took the test, and I had this naval recruiter calling me every 20 seconds until he talked me into it. And I learned how to fire nuclear missiles off of submarines.
Oh, I know how to do that.
Tomahawk missiles, yeah, off of Chicago class subs, and they, which is a totally transferable skill. Just so you know, like I came out
Flip switch, push button,
die. In that order.
Lots of people,
Yeah, and so thank goodness I never had to exercise my skill set. But then I became a police officer, and all of my buddies that were in the department all were in the Army National Guard MP unit, and they were having a lot more fun than I was in the Navy. And so they talked me into coming over.
Boo, Navy, you're boring.
Yeah. What are you doing? We go up and shoot guns off the top of Hummers. And
Sleep in mud in holes.
Yeah, they didn't tell me that part. I didn't know that.
I'll tell you something funny. My old man, he's passed, but he always told me, if you join any service, you join the Air Force because you'll sleep in a bed every night.
Yep. Yeah, that's my dad too. He's like, you join the Navy or the Air Force, they'll take care of you. Better food, whatever. But it was good for me. It was really made me who I am, and that service has carried on. And I really feel like in our life, my secret in being happy is when I get in my own head, when I get in I call it the kingdom of the skull. When I get up in the kingdom and I get all sideways, it's serving other people that gets me out of there.
Yeah.
Gets me into a better spot. And so that's kind of where this came from.
That's neat, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, I could talk to him all day.
I know. Agreed.
Just this whole entire thing is just seriously amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like amazing, bro.
I'm excited to participate.
I am
excited
too.
For you to show up. It'll change
I've
your life.
known you for a while, just acquaintances here and there. And I've known that you've been doing this, but I've never been involved in any shape or form. I am now.
Yeah?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
I
Game
like
on.
it.
Let's do this.
When we started doing our mixers and we started, we tie them to a charity. We've done everything from stuff for kids going back to school to women's shelters and their needs and coat drives and food banks, and you know what? We even did a one for dogs and for animals.
Animal shelter.
Yeah, the animal shelter. So, but the bottom line is you're so right that the giving side of this, the fact that you're giving without expecting anything back, but you get so much.
Oh yeah, I'm the most blessed person you've ever met. Like, my life is so good because I do this, and my karma bank is full all the time. I'll lose my wallet, I'll find it, it'll show up, or it always works out. Everything is working out for me because I just I feel
it's what you're throwing out there, man.
Yeah, I'm putting it out.
And I don't care what self-help book you read. We're reading Compound Effect right now.
Love that book.
It's a great book. But any book that's worth its weight in gold, every single one of them talk about giving without expecting to receive. Yeah. That's how you get ahead in life.
It's been interesting with Thanksgiving's Heroes that there's been periods of time where I get in my own way, and I think, well, what am I getting out of this? Why do I work so hard? All the stuff, and that's when Thanksgiving's Heroes flattens out and even starts to drop off. But when I remember my why, taking it back to the local dogma, the reason why did I start this? Why is this important to me? It just takes off and it goes like crazy. And so it's interesting how I can get in my own way.
Right. Well, we all can.
Yeah.
And we all do.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, regularly. And so remembering that it's more than just me. It's about that giving and without expecting anything back. It's refined me. It's changed who I am. The person that you knew when I first started in real estate compared to the guy standing here today, completely different man.
Night and day,
different man.
Yeah.
Because
he was there. You're just incredibly magnified.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you. I feel like what I said earlier about finding my why God made me. Like once you realize that in your life, once you like really get clear about this is it. This is what I'm here to do.
Instead of just skating through life going
Bouncing around,
Yeah.
looking for the next thing, which I feel like a lot of us are. I did my
Man,
whole life.
yes.
And once I kind of came to that spot, all of this bandwidth opened up. I got rid of all of the nonsense and the static because I knew this is what I'm doing and I can do it all year and I don't get tired of it. I'm not going to burn out because this is a sustainable, renewable thing. Does it get frustrating? Do I hate it sometimes? Yes. I absolutely struggle with this relationship because it's hard. This is heavy lifting. Try to motivate volunteers to do something they're not really interested in doing. Trying to get people to give me money who really don't have money. Trying hard to find the people that don't want to be found. Once I get through those things, negotiating the price of the boxes and the gallon of milk, and now the turkey just went up and all of these things, it can really sidetrack me. But when I remember, oh yeah, it's because it's awesome. It's because this is great, because this is good.
And where do you find the time to actually do real estate, bro?
I luckily, when I first got into real estate, fell in with some amazing mentors that taught me about time blocking and taught me about being very intentional with my life. I invented a process called the MBP, and I do use it every day. And
Okay, what's that?
So what is that?
the MBP
The
is
2-minute version.
really quickly my mini business plan. MBP. I write down every day the non-negotiables. These things have to happen before I can go to bed, before I can go on a motorcycle ride, before I can do whatever that is. And they're non-negotiable. So I don't go from like, oh man, what was I supposed to be doing? Because I got on.
I'll wait.
Or you get that phone call that distracts you because there's a fire that needs to be put out. I get right back to it. And so I don't waste time between tasks. I'm going really quick through my day of my non-negotiables.
Love it.
If something
Jeez.
doesn't get done, then it might be time for me to start looking for an assistant. I might need to, it falls into the 3 Ds, do it, delete it, or delegate it. And it really helps me be very clear about it. I can only have about 12 things on my MBP a day. Otherwise, I'm spreading myself too thin. And so it really helps me become clear on like, this is important, but not as important as that.
Brother, we need to have you come back in and let's have a show about this.
Okay. It's
Like,
changed
seriously.
my life. Yeah, every day I do it, and it's non-negotiable.
I mean, you think of single moms that think of Shauna,
Yeah.
that have full-time
She runs
jobs.
circles around us, bro.
I know. That have full-time jobs, more than one, because your kids are full-time jobs. Each freaking kid is a full-time job.
Right.
Especially if they're in any kind of extracurricular.
anything, right?
Anything.
Yeah.
And just their needs. And then it switches to the full-time job of being a housewife. I don't know if that's the proper word, or a mom. I mean, on and on and on and on.
It's endless.
I really this that you've got, I think it's got some serious merit, not just for business people, but for people in general.
Who just need to get things done, right?
Exactly.
And the other thing too is it's not very often in life where someone says, "Good job, Rob. Nice hustle out there today."
Right.
I do it on a 3x5 card. I write it down and I put a line through it. And when I get to the end of it, I fold it in half and throw it in the trash. And I just kick today's butt. And I don't think about it anymore. Zig Ziglar says that we spend all of our time as in our business as self-employed people thinking about while we're at work what we could be doing. Man, I wish I was hiking or at my pool or anything. And then when we're in our pool, we're thinking, man, I wish I should
Working.
I should have called Aaron. I should have got that call done.
Yeah.
This gets rid of that. It gets rid of procrastination and it gets right down to the point. And I've got to tell you, it's amazing.
Wow.
So I get a lot done more than the next guy because I have to. I have to still feed my family, and I still have to feed other families. And because I have this very intentional day, I get it done.
Man.
So we started a program called our VIP 50. So we basically take 50 people in our sphere of influence in our life, and we show up for them with intent. So we're doing soft touches and all kinds of stuff at least about 8 times every single month for each person.
Wow.
So the very first thing we have to ask, and too bad, so sad, buddy, do you want to be on my VIP 50?
I'm in, please.
Bam! You see that?
He's my buddy.
Too bad, dude. Too bad. Of course. I just swooped him right up from you.
I got dibs.
Of course.
No, you were swooped by Parry Dean.
Swooped.
Be careful. He swoops right under your nose.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Freaking love it.
We have a golf tournament that we do at Thanksgiving Point. I do a motorcycle rally every year.
Hey, I want to go riding with you, dude. Seriously.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm game.
I love that motorcycle.
That was the last fun story. You just started a gang?
A motorcycle club.
Not a gang.
My bad. Club. Careful.
Yeah, come on.
So
now.
what kind of felonies are you pulling right now, Rob?
Where'd you get your teardrop tattoo? Oh yeah, I started a motorcycle.
Don't drop the soap.
Yeah, a club. We're actually not even a club. We're a network because if you're a club, you have to get approval from other clubs.
Right.
And so I started this motorcycle gang. Me and some of my
Kind of like
friends.
Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're more of an executive level.
So do you have patches in the whole bit?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
It's pretty awesome.
I
I'll bring
wonder
my
what other
jacket in.
clubs think of that.
Well, we
Tell us that story.
Yeah, we put our patch together. I posted it on social media. Come and join us. We're doing these amazing fun rides. Come out and hang out with us. I got a call from 2 different clubs.
I'm sure you did.
And they were mad about our colors, and
Yeah.
they were mad that we didn't get approval, and they were mad that we were all these different things. And one of them called and said, "Hey, you're going to meet us over here at this time." Hung up the phone, and so I called up he called me actually and said, "Hey, we've got this appointment. Should we dress in our leathers? Should we show up?" And I'm like, "No, let's just
go.
show up like us." And I was wearing kind of I came from a listing presentation, so I had a shirt and tie on, and he was wearing a jacket and looked sharp. And we walked in, and these guys were all leathered up, sitting there. And the one guy with a teardrop tattoo, he's like, "What the F is this all about?" And I'm like, "We're
They're
not
thinking you're a motorcycle club that you're going to show up and with your colors blazing.
Yeah. And I said, "We're not your competition. We're actually here for you. Like, if you need an attorney, if you're going to jail, you should probably call the dude that rides. And if you're going to buy property, you should probably call a realtor who rides, because we're your people. We're your
Right.
And
We understand you.
Yeah, we're part of the culture." And they were like, "Wow, what a great idea!" And both of the meetings ended with hugs. They were like,
So just snuffed it just that quick.
"Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Cool.
That's
We
good.
did change our colors though, because one of the clubs kind of told us, if you keep your colors, someone will show up and they'll want to fight you. Is that what you want?" And I thought, no,
Nope. Sure don't.
I want to ride around and have a beer with my buddies and go have
And
lunch.
feel like you're a part of an organization
A
or a
men's
club
group, yeah,
that
Doing
is camaraderie,
service, yeah.
and it's not the go and kick the shit out of people
Yeah.
or
trafficking weapons across the
weapons
border.
or people or
Yeah, it's just a bunch of guys that want to hang out, that are all community minded. They have to be service minded. They have to have kind of be entrepreneurial. Like we're looking for kind of executive level riders that happen to
Nice.
want to go for a ride, because a lot of
because
times
everybody wants to belong to their own tribe, dude.
right. Well, and you see a lot of solo bikes out there, really nice motorcycles, guys riding by themselves, and riding with your buddies, much more fun.
Totally.
It's a great time.
And safer.
Way safer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just did a big motorcycle rally down to Parry. We went up over into Bryce Canyon and then down through Zion.
Wow.
And came around, and there was 10 or 12 of us on the ride, and it was just a kick in the pants. Just a bunch of guys hanging out, being boys. We're basically just being a bunch of boys having a good time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My men's groups, I think, are powerful. It feels like my father had like a baseball team he was on and a bowling league. We just don't do it anymore.
Right.
We don't connect like we used to.
Right.
No. Yeah, we do. We connect with our phone in our face.
Yeah, we're all isolated together.
Right. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm telling you, dude. When I mean it when I say it. We're gonna.
And we got a week basically of
Thanksgiving
of opportunity
heroes
to get some money in. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
So, people, again, I'm going to throw it up one more time. Hit this QR code and let's help this freaking stud out. Let's get some money in the coffers so that
Feed
you
some
can
more
roll
families.
right into next year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that this year's probably buttoned up, and because you have to order food and all that kind of fun stuff.
I have to order food in February.
Yeah.
So I'm on the hook
you're
for the
already
groceries.
on for next week,
Yeah.
next year.
Well, no, not I ordered last February, and we're going to be paying for the groceries this year. I've got to commit to the groceries in February.
Oh my
because-
gosh.
So you don't even have the money in the coffers and that you've committed to.
So that's the significance of the miracle.
Holy
Dang,
shit,
dude.
that's scary.
I'm on the hook for like $240,000 worth of groceries that I'm committing to, and I don't know where I'm going to get the families. I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know any of those things. But like I said, every year
It works out.
it works out. A miracle
Well,
happens.
this is part of it. So
Wow.
everybody get that freaking QR code and let's all be very, very generous right now. This is such a meaningful program that this cat's put together.
Thanks for doing this, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on and let me tell my story.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's the miracle happens in relationships. That's the thing, is there's somebody out there that's going to hear this, that's going to be like, I want to get behind this.
Yep.
I can impact this.
I can make a difference
Yeah.
here, and this is local. They're not sending the money to.
No, it's right here.
Yeah.
And you get to see it. I saw you on the news the other day, and I mean, this guy's all over the place.
He really is all over the
He
place.
is all over the place. So
I love it, dude. You're doing great. I mean,
putting in the work.
I love that. I know you. It's
Well,
fun to watch.
Freaking dedicated, man.
Seriously.
That's why you went from feeding 10 families to feeding 3,100 families.
Yeah.
Just here.
Just here.
12,000 nationwide.
Bananas, right?
Bananas.
So do you fly to those other states and are a big part there?
You know, they
Or
usually
have you just got everything set up in there?
No, I like to fly out to the States. It's really fun to go to Cleveland and do their golf tournament and support them because I believe in the cause. This is something that I can talk about with a little bit of passion. When I went to Dallas, they had a casino night. Las Vegas, they just opened up. They're going to do another 250 families because they have a partner that came on to pay for the groceries and give them the space. And so invite me. I'll go.
Yeah.
So I'm down for a good time.
So how did you branch out to these areas real quick?
Great question. I'd go to like these conferences, the real estate conferences, and I would sit across the table from another real estate agent. And my real estate business is pretty good. Like, I'm doing okay, and especially in the economy the way that it is. But almost
in
every
this
time
market,
in this market, they'll ask me where are you finding your success? That's a great question to ask at a conference, and I say, well, it's not through web leads, it's not through sphere of influence, it's through service. And this is what I do. And I tell the story, and they're like, I could do
How
that.
do I get involved?
How much does it cost? Like a lot of time. Costs a broken heart. You're going to be. It's a lot, but they've signed on and they do it the first year and they're hooked. That's we talk in real estate about our SOI events, sphere of influence events, and if you can invite your sphere to something, you should invite them to something meaningful. That they're going to remember and that their kids are going to ask about. Their kids, my group or these people, their kids are like, when are we delivering the food? Because it makes such an impact in their family. And when I go and talk to other real estate agents, I'm like, treat this like it's your event. I have no ego in this. Like, pretend like you want to feed 50 families and have your sphere of influence come and deliver the food because more is more. It's all going to the community.
So roughly how many more delivery people are you looking for? Do you know?
Well, we were 136 cars short as of last Tuesday. So I don't really know where we are right now.
Well, having more is better than not having enough.
Right. We usually have about a 20% washout. People just don't come. Something comes up.
Right.
And so we've got that window there. On the big day,
we're going to reach out to our VIP 50 that I talked about.
Yeah.
At least I am for sure, and I know Aaron will.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out and see if we can't drum up some more deliver people.
I love it. If the link should open up again where I have I cleaned the list out. We're going to clean the list out one more time. We'll have more opportunities. I will call you guys first so that you can reach out to your sphere and get them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think we're close to capacity. I don't
Just let me know.
Okay.
Yep. Let me know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for coming in.
Since you're on my VIP 50.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, Aaron.
Swoop. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tapping in. I know this one went a little bit long, but man,
It's worth it.
I could go another hour, dude.
Let's do it.
So thank you guys. Please make sure you jump on and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beards on the Street. And Rob, thank you so much, buddy, for coming on, man.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
It was so good.
You guys have a fantastic week. Can't wait.